Then we do go into game number 1 of this best of 3 series here between Team Spirit and of course One Move, and it is indeed MLP Dodo and Jonix5.
I'm feeling great. Already some aggression on hand. Of course, as to be expected from this region, these teams do want to get running at each other early on. First blood already being drawn on Miposhka. And that is one thing the One Move lineup can do really well, right? Like, they've got great initial levels, great control early on. They've got a good amount of stuns. It's kind of what you want to see. You are keeping that CK sort of down as well. He's not over farming here, not ahead of the Lycan in CS. So you're still seeing what you want, despite costing more regen here for the side of Team Spirit.
Of course, bot lane, Pantomime, he's just going to drop here. Yatoro God, able to pick him up on the jug. And like you mentioned, John, Knight's already low HP. Chances are this top lane's not going to get any easier, as he will find Miposhka. And it seems like he'd rather almost just die now as Knight. But he actually stick charges up and tries to run for it. He will survive for now. And he does have a salve on the way. Problem is Toronto Tokyo is going to find him, and he even finds his courier.
So again, even bleeding off Viper kills doesn't count for much from Team Spirit, and an overarching viewpoint. They are getting some good moves down bot, though.
Yeah, nice pick up. Yatoro gonna end up going down as Panto's able to pick him up. Very nice initiation. Going right after the jug, after they saw the spin being committed. They do take him down, and that's going to be a very important pick-off to make against Yatoro, considering how much the CK is currently struggling in terms of CS. I do think as well, going back to your point, John, the Radiance does pay off even better here because you're against the Lycan, so naturally you're going to enjoy kind of burning down those creeps and getting the evasion chances going. That's certainly going to be a bit more valuable here this game, I think, as top lane, Miposhka gonna get rifted up. Stun is there. He should go down, but Collapse is gonna try and force something out of this. Fade's Edict, though, gonna make it rather tough, but Seiyu still gonna be chased down. And with the creeps, he might have enough, but it doesn't seem like he wants to free the center away. The Collapse instead, he's gonna back himself out on the Lycan. And for One Move, they get away with a free Viper pickoff. Meanwhile, well, this Alc in a bit of trouble, but instead they'll go after the Oracle. Melajul gonna try and fight back. Eventually we'll pick up Mira anyway. So a bit of a support trade going on. Toronto, he's still sticking around here on that Tiny, but without a blink up to initiate, it may be a little bit challenging to burst the Alc down. Seiyu would be a lot easier though, and he does find him with a very nice avalanche toss combination. Toronto Tokyo not quite getting what he wanted, but it's almost just as good. And that is, again, one of the weak points. They don't have great lockdown, not without Toronto Tokyo, and when now Collapse, he has to be very careful as they'll land the bushwhack into the Fortune's End, and eventually with the sharpshooter, surely they've got him, and they will. Panto able to take the kill with the Purifying Flames. Another nice kill for One Move.
That blink on Toronto Tokyo is up, and they have a good angle to find a kill into clearing out some stacks.
Yeah, Knight, he's going to run right into them. And of course, they will go right after the stacks if they get away with this. Knight, well, he's going to try and take the creeps while he can. He's actually just hitting the large camp there. Trying to get the creeps before they do inevitably go down to Team Spirit. Do they go for the Ancients? It feels like they're lacking a bit of damage here, Team Spirit, but instead, they can certainly rotate mid and try to force the mid-tier 1 tower. The blink is there, Toronto with a great avalanche out. Onto 2, into the Omni. No messing around from Yatoro. Commits the ulti straight away.
Doesn't feel like enough. Your Alchemist needs way more gold to be on top. He's working on to that blink next. They are pressuring this bot lane now, though. Knight is taking the front with a Phantasm. They spot out Mira here.
Yeah, nice swashbuckle out from Afterlife. Just checking, though. Mira gonna actually swash towards the right side, but it won't matter. Sharpshooter's gonna land, and Afterlife had the vision anyway. In the meantime, they'll go back towards the bot tier 1 tower. However, there is a big smoke rotation coming from Team Spirit. Afterlife may not be able to avoid it as he does get tossed right into the Golem of Collapse. And he is going to drop. They at least get the tier 1, but they might lose Panto. As well as he'll try for the TP and barely makes it out. Just barely.
Yeah, that's on edge. Manages to escape. I mean, you still get the bigger target here for Team Spirit. You lose your tier 1. But you find that nice kill on the Pango, which again has to have a really quick build-up. Yatoro is all alone here, though.
Nice spin away, avoiding the bushwhack from Seiyu, but Knight can certainly chase him down now with the rift up, though. Yet Toronto is going to make his way over, and they have the Omni. Knight's going to go down. Melajul, he'll try to trade here with the sharpshooter. It's just not going to be enough. They don't have the follow-up damage. At least they find Mira.
And it just simple playing out Roche. First Aegis going away of Team Spirit. Yeah, you're finding everything you could possibly ask for. You've got the Ags build up for Toronto Tokyo, which is interesting. You know, we're big fans of the tree volley, Mike. Keen to see what Toronto Tokyo can do with that. I mean, you know, you don't have that morph combination, which is always kind of sad. Morph Tiny was the funniest thing we've ever seen from, I think that was a China game, so... it's still great to see a Tiny cute us up, and he has a Blink Echo, he still does a lot of damage. With a Tree Volley on hand, it's kind of memey, but it does give you good clear for, say, CK Illusions down the line, and, you know, when they're all pumped up, it's good punishment. And look at TS, they just go on to high ground, no fear.
Yeah, I mean, 19.5 minutes in, they're like, well, if you don't want to fight, we'll just move into the high ground. They will stun up Collapse at the very least and have got the Lycan. A great start now for one move in this team fight. Team Spirit, oh, they're going to move back in. Toronto Tokyo out onto the Oracle, takes down Panto, and now the Omni goes through.
Oh,
Melajul's
no.
going to go down. They bought back on the Oracle to try and save the Alk. It was too late. Really nice plays from Spirit. Like, they lose Collapse, but they find the Oracle. And, oh, Knight, no.
Oh my god, that was so sad to watch. And they had to declump because you didn't have that much HP on Knight, and the high ground just continues. Like, you killed a couple of supports, you killed the Lycan, sure. The Jug's your issue right now. With the Aegis, nothing's scaring Yakko.
Great double avalanche and a toss out onto Seiyu, but he is going to be able to scurry away. Just trying to protect this top lane, or rather bot lane of Barracks. Basher now up with the shards on the Jug, and you've still got 2 minutes on that Aegis timing, but actually backing off? No, not quite. Toronto just back in onto Seiyu as Melajul. They're going to try and defend. It's a great bushwhack to get started as Miposhka. He does die first. Onto Toronto Tokyo. They do at least find the Tiny as well. Maybe they find Collapse here. He'll go for a run, but he has been locked down. Rift back in into the stun, and, well, one move. They do get a decent team fight to go their way. Like, they'll even find the dominated creep.
I already popped that Chemical Rage. Could just wait that out. Roshan isn't even up. They don't check at the right time for one move. They know it's coming up soon, though. Big fight over that Rosh off the back of this next engage.
They're under the vision of Team Spirit right now, so the Omni Slash gonna fly right through Knight. Yatoro's already got one down, and it's the pause one of one move as they get Panto as well. All they can do is run here, one move. Let's get out of there. Afterlife, he'll keep holding them back, but Collapse wants to go for a bit of a chase as now they jump in with Toronto, with the tree volley, with the tree throw. There's just trees everywhere. Onto the high ground, Team Spirit, they don't even want the Aegis jump. They don't want it. They just want this game to be over already.
And there's just no threat. The one move has no big play, unless they, say, line up a Bushwhack with the Acorn Shot into a roll with a huge Fortune Send root, maybe? It still feels like you lack damage there.
Knight, he's forced to pop that BKB very early on. They might at least find Toronto out of this, and they do. Turax is down, but they'll keep trying to punish his Miposhka. He's going to TP out with the Ghost Scepter and be just fine. Still, the chase continues as Afterlife. He does have Rolling Thunder in about 5 seconds. They can at least find somebody. Well, Collapse, he's going to get caught out here on the Lycan, so they do get another.
It does. You're 2 heroes down on Team Spirit. You don't have your jump without the Tiny. So that's the opportunity for Roche for one move. Roche number 2 with a free shard. They've got a big opportunity. They still have to clear through a couple of tier 1s. And all of the tier 2s still stand. So no high ground threat, but Toronto Tokyo doesn't want to give it away here.
Well, he's going to be quick, John. Roshan's already almost down. They're going to keep going for this, and eventually we'll have it as Toronto. He couldn't blink in time, but he gets the tree volley out. It's actually a fair bit of damage as Panto. He's going to go down on the Oracle, and there goes Knight. Melajul, do you really want to stick around? I don't think it's a good idea right now, because Omni's up in 3 seconds. Mirror's in. Avalanche not going to connect, though. Mirror gonna stun himself this time. Melajul, he'll throw another stun out. The Sharpshooter's there. Now the Rolling Thunder. They're locked down for a while here. Yatoro will get the spin off in time. He's got the Omni ready to go. In fact, no, he already committed it. Never mind. He's trying to fight the old-fashioned way with the right clicks, and they've got him. The Alchemist gone for the first life. His Afterlife is forced to run away from Collapse, but now you leave the Arc to die. Melajul will do just that. Instead, Team Spirit, oh, they've got the spin back up. They could just move in for the final racks. See if they can get it done, though. Bushwhack will hold down Yatoro. He's still fine, though, to go for an Omni Slash and just get rid of Afterlife immediately. The creeps will get rid of the racks. At least not all of it yet. Melajul to try and move in with the stun out, but it does nothing. Keep in mind, Afterlife brought back, trying to defend this high ground, but with the HP of the melee barracks, there's just no chance of that happening now, surely. And it won't. Nice spin out, stun out, Melojul in trouble again. We'll have the false promise to help him out, but they are getting plenty of damage off here on Melojul. So he'll back off with the Chemical Rage for now, but instead they've got Afterlife. A dieback immediately from the Pango, and they call it. They've had enough. GG's call, one move. It's an interesting kind of draft, John, and I believe it was Lizard again who did say that it felt like they were trying to cheese Team Spirit here with the Alchemist. It just didn't work out. Like, it felt way too greedy, and it felt like they were just lacking way too much team fight here against Spirit.
Night Stalker offlane has a little bit more to give you. The Luna has some early presence that you can itemize around if you manage to get the timing. So there's some more potential to be aggressive. They're already playing here.
Oh, nice arrow.
Jeez.
It's going to land right onto the backside of the Night Stalker as Afterlife. He's running. He's actually making it out, but no mirror. Barely able to get the right click off in time to secure the first blood.
Enchant, the aggression is nice, but it doesn't tie into what you want to do with Luna, right? Like, in the long term of the laning phase, for the first 5 minutes at level 1, Enchant's really not going to do much, and both sides are blocking off the large camp anyway. You are seeing Pantomime trade quite nicely.
Arrow, gonna connect. Mirror, he's manning up. Panto doesn't have a Fairy Fire here, John. He might just drop, though he tries to... No, he's not gonna make it.
And it's just down to what the Night Stalker lane's like during daytime. It doesn't do much in the first few minutes of the game. First 5 minutes feels really slow for Night Stalker. Even the first nighttime, you can be a bit more aggressive, but you don't necessarily look for those kills. You kind of just want to keep that farm game, hit your 6, and maybe play around when you have a couple of bracers, which is still somewhat of a ways off here.
Oh, Miposhka. A bit of a rock and a hard place, but even mid lane, Melojul, he's going to cop the boat to the face. I mean, they'll get him a Poshka in the end on the Wyvern, but they lost their mid-tiny for that. Toronto Tokyo able to secure a solo pick-off onto that mid-tiny, and that's a really bad sign and a really bad start for the Tiny now. There's bot lane, a bit more action to come out. Panto in a bit of trouble, but now Knight has to be careful himself. He does at least find Mirror before he does. Well, he's not actually going to go down, he's going to keep fighting. Panto does actually drop himself on the edge. Knight's going to be fine to walk his way out.
Team Spirit's fairly happy. Again, they've got a draft that kind of wants to take it a little bit slower. They want to buy space for Yatoro. As long as they ensure he's farming, you're pretty good. Down bot, though, collapse.
Nice setup. Panto able to get the slow off with the enchant.
Costs a lot more. The farming rate of Monkey isn't as fast. And you're seeing Panto kind of look for the aggression. They're clumping on collapse.
He's doing a great job of it. Collapse going to drop once again as Melojul. He's going to rotate on the Tiny to make sure they have the damage out. And 3v2, they don't want this fight. Instead, Knight going to be focused down, but in the meantime, Mirror has gone down to Melojul's. Now Toronto Tokyo may have gone a bit too far in the Kunkka. Very nice body blocks coming up from Panto.
Pressure up top's ramping up. They've got Dark Ascension here.
And Miposhka showed himself, but there's your Dark Ascension being forced out. They've got the Curse to play with as well. Knight really wants that tier 1 tower and will find it. Miposhka's still trying to find a way to set up though, but instead, Afterlife looks like he has been caught, but no X back into the arrow. Rather, they do save it for the boat, but Afterlife might still... No, never mind, Toronto. He was confident enough with the Tidebringer to get the job done. So we'll go for another. Seiyu trying to run with the sharpshooter out, but it's just not going to be enough. Mirror securing the kill with the urn. Team Spirit, well, they lost the top tier 1, but they clean up this top lane.
Toronto Tokyo is still maintaining #1 off the back of his aggression. And they are starting to play around now. They've got that blink on Melojul. They've got aggression lined up here.
Roar out again. They really want Panto dead, but a big avalanche toss is there. Melojul coming in just in the nick of time. It's Toronto trying to help out, but doesn't have the boat to throw out as Collapse. Still juking and jiving, but eventually Melojul does secure the kill. Toronto looking for an X-Pack is going to go on to Seiyu. Once again, the boat almost up. They'll just secure Seiyu's life. Roar is not up, so you don't have the greatest setup here for a team fight, but Toronto, he can go for the X-Pack onto Panto. We've seen this one before, though, and they miss again. Now, Melojul, he'll get an avalanche toss out. Collapse, in a bit of danger, is going to run his way out of the Wukon's command as the Curse. Going to lock 3 of them down. Panto's gone, and so is Melojul. Afterlife, well, he's going to go for a run with this Dark Ascension, but they've lost 2 big targets already. And that's with all of it being missed. They didn't get the combo they wanted. Maybe they can set up onto Toronto Tokyo mid lane. Melajul is in with the Avalanche and the toss back up. Bushwhack and Sharpshooter both going to be there. Toronto dropping very low, does get the boat out in time, but it's not going to matter. Nice pick up there from one move.
To farm a lot on Luna to really feel big. You have a great flash farm potential though.
Melajul? Yeah, he shows up. He kind of went out of the fog there and does get caught out with the X back into the boat. And now the Torrent also going to connect as Melajul. He'll go for a run, but the curse is going to connect from Miposhka. And Melajul just cannot blink out of this. They show up, but they were just underneath Hawk Vision anyway. The Team Spirit, a very easy setup. His Afterlife, he'll go for a run, but he might just drop as well. Nice armlet toggling, but does it matter? Well, for now it does. Still on the run. In the meantime, Panto is going to go down on the edge. Afterlife somehow still running back towards his fountain as Mirror. That's a very cheeky arrow, but he's not going to land it.
And they never back off. Team Spirit are still holding that mid lane.
Torrent, not going to land. Seiyu, going to go for a run, but Melajul, no, not going to be spotted out. Maybe he moves back in, though. Toronto, like a pretty spicy kill here for Melajul, so he will try with the toss back into Seiyu. They've got Knight around with the Eclipse out as well, but Toronto, he gets a BKB off, and now the Cold Embrace will save him for now as the arrow going to fly right through Toronto. He gets the boat out, and he is going to be fine for now, but Afterlife going to show up as Toronto, somehow still running. In the meantime, they've caught Mirror on the Mirana, and he will drop. They even got Miposhka. He does commit the curse, but he's still going to go as well.
So with a Roche, this should allow them to play a little bit more, but Team Spirit, again, they're still kind of clumped up, and they smoke up here.
If you are Team Spirit, I say that they are smoked up and just rushing towards one move. Nice boundless strike out from Yatoro into an arrow follow-up, but they don't want to fully commit. Yatoro going to back himself out as now the toss is there. Miposhka going to be fine. Meanwhile, Toronto Tokyo, he's caught Afterlife on the Night Stalker. They'll bring him back into the boat, into the Torrent, and they'll take him down. Yatoro, 4th kill of the game for himself. Melajul, he'll TP out on the Tiny. They're going to try and force a fight now. Collapse going to be scouted out. Melajul kind of just going after the backside, but he cops the Raw. On the Tiny, he's unable to get the initiation off, so now he's in big trouble. X-Torrent is there. Even the arrow to connect, but a nice Force Staff. Going to buy him a bit of time, but surely not enough. Melajul's going to drop. Afterlife, he'll keep trying to get this team fight going. The Wyvern is going to run away and have the Cold Embrace back up and available if he needs it. But he doesn't. Yeah.
Let's see the good openings for Knight to walk in, use that BKB. Toronto.
Well, they know the Luna is in that tree line. Arrow will connect, locking him down, but they don't have the follow-up yet. Being very annoying from the low grounders. Now the Hawk Vision going to make this team fight a lot easier for Spirit. And with Yatoro, well, he's not even moving his way in. It's just a 4v2 situation, or rather 4v3 as the arrow once again going to miss. But Knight, he's in such big trouble. Eventually, he will lose the Aegis. On the brighter side, they found Mirror. On the Mirana as Toronto, he'll just BKB TP out. Meanwhile, this Night Stalker, bot lane is going down. The Melajul does get Miposhka, but Afterlife's going to die to Yatoro.
He's still a mobile monkey. Has managed to bail out, and now Toronto Tokyo's here. No Aegis.
You don't have an Aegis this time, Knight. You don't have that Aegis. He's going to BKB up, and the Eclipse is going to come out. In fact, Toronto, he's the one that made a mistake here as he tries to run with the Essence Ring being popped, but surely there's no way out. Moonlight Shadow pop, but it's not going to be enough. He does drop. Team Spirit, though, still rushing towards Knight, who does go back to farm, but collapses right behind him. Raw connects. Do they have the damage? Nice Force Staff away. Knight still running, but Yatoro right behind him to take him out. They even found the Ench. Toronto Tokyo on that Conker, he's just running around trying to hunt somebody down. Jump in. Oh, that's a great start. Miposhka, he's in with a fantastic curse onto the two main four, right into the boat. See you later. That's a perfect initiation from Miposhka. Onto Panto they go. I mean, I want to see 5 tips there, John. Come on.
Probably on cooldown there, Mikey, or to use them all up on Team Spirit. Straight into the push. Excellent team fight again. They have such great ways of controlling here on Team Spirit. The blink on Miposhka, the investment that the Wyvern has managed to find is just paying off. And with a Beastmaster on hand, doesn't take too long to just go for the big objectives. It's Defend of the Ancients. Tier 4s are going to go.
Yeah, they've got buyback available. They'll commit eventually. His Afterlife, he does get a tree cut onto the Monkey King tree, but now has been caught out anyway. I believe a GG call's coming very soon here, John. They will buy back on Afterlife as well. Can they punish Melajul? That's a great avalanche out, but the Boundless Strike is there. Yatoro still fighting as Toronto. He's going to move back in onto the Tiny. They'll find Melajul a second time. Afterlife, he's trying to run. He'll barely make it out. Meanwhile, Mira, oh, he gets sniped. He does get taken down, but in goes Toronto once again as the buyback is there from Mira. Boat will be taken by Knight through the backside, and Knight's just gone. No buyback available. Panto, it's a bit of a slower process here on the Ench, but eventually they might just be able to get this done as Afterlife. Save your buddy Syndrome kicking in here as he tries to keep the fight going, but it is just going to drop, and the GG call, it does come out from one move. Another one-sided affair here from Team Spirit, and they continue just going on undefeated, John. Just no contest here for the TI10 champs.
Yep, they're on a roll. Not a single game dropped.